Hey everyone, it's Imran from Gaming Till Disconnected, and today I'll be giving you a review of the Logitech G502. Logitech makes some of the best gaming mice on the market, so with a price tag of £69.99, you would expect something great from the G502 Proteus core. The G502 has been updated to fit the new style of Logitech G-series mice. It sports an angular look, made mostly out of a rubberized plastic that is pleasant to look at while still remaining very comfortable to hold. On the top is the same glowing G-Labs logo that we saw in the G402, which similarly has the annoying breathing effect. Thankfully, this can be disabled in the software. The only other lights on the Logitech G502 are the DPI indicators, which now, instead of being covered by the palm of your hand when holding the mouse, sit in the gap between your finger and thumb. The majority of the mouse is made up of two different materials. The material on the side of the Logitech G502 feels slightly smoother than previous mice, but this is made up for by the crosshatch triangular etchings on the areas where your thumb and fingers will rest on the mouse. It's a nice touch, which gives you good tactile feedback that your digits are in the right place. The surface on top seems to be identical to that of the G402. It's a comfortable material that seems to stay fairly cool, and is smooth enough to run your fingers along to reach the buttons on the side. Almost all the buttons on the G502 are well thought out and positioned within an easy reach of your finger. The G9 button, positioned just behind the button that toggles the scroll wheel modes, is the only exception, but its default purpose is to switch between profiles, so probably won't be used too frequently. My favourite button on the G502 is the quick DPI shift button. By default, it reduces the DPI to a much lower level, allowing you to quickly get slower movements. Its placement is great, you never feel like you're going to accidentally press it, but with a quick shift of pressure to the tip of your thumb, it can be accessed very quickly. Present here are the left and right scroll wheel buttons, allowing you to tip the scroll wheel a little bit to the side in order to, by default, scroll left and right. Just behind the scroll wheel is a button that allows you to toggle hyperfast scrolling. This allows you to scroll through documents and web pages incredibly quickly, but I've always found this to be far too imprecise for my liking. I do have to admit, however, that the speed and lack of friction is seriously impressive. One good flick will set the wheel spinning for quite some time. There are 4 other buttons on the mouse, 2 on the left hand top side, which by default raise and lower the DPI. These are fairly easy to reach with your index finger. Finally, there are 2 buttons on the side of the mouse, just above the thumb rest. Something that can be said about all the buttons on the 502 is they have a satisfying click that feels incredibly precise. This is probably down to the fact that Logitech have switched to using mechanical microswitches instead of membrane ones. The Logitech G502 has plenty of cable, so even if you have a desktop on the floor, the mouse should be able to comfortably reach it. It's also a braided cable, which means it's far less likely to get tangled up or broken. The Logitech G502 has a removable flap at the bottom, held in by a magnet, allowing you to quickly and easily access the weight section. All of the weights come in a case, making the spares harder to lose, and can add a total of 18 grams to the mouse, made up of 5 weights of 3.6 grams. The weights sit very snugly into the base of the mouse, which is reassuring, but a real pain when it comes to getting them out. Because the 8200 DPI of the Logitech G500S wasn't enough for some people, the G502 Proteus core has a huge range of 200 to 12,000 DPI. It can also keep up with you at speeds of 300 inches per second. All of the data from the optical sensor is handled by a 32-bit processor before being sent to the computer at a rate of 1000 Hz, so you should never experience any kind of lag. Logitech still have the best mouse software out there in our opinion. You can easily change the function of a button, and creating macros is a very simple process. In addition to these standard features, the Logitech G502 has a very handy surface tuning section, which allows you to teach the mouse about the surface it's on. Logitech say that this will help improve the mouse's accuracy and responsiveness. Tuning it to your own surface is as simple as holding down the left click button and dragging a figure of 8 motion. Instead of having one onboard profile on the mouse, you can have up to 3. And I have to say, this feature has a lot of potential. Say for example you take the mouse to work or school, where you aren't allowed to install your own software. You may want to have one profile for browsing the web, another one for Photoshop or video editing, and a final one for online games that you definitely don't play when you're supposed to be working. It's a really good idea, and one that works really well. The Logitech G502 Proteus core is an absolutely fantastic all-rounder. But should you choose the more expensive G502 over the new G402 Hyperion Fury? Well, there are 2 answers. If you're looking for a mouse that is an absolute best in FPS gaming, then go with the G402. If, however, you want a mouse that is going to see you through general tasks while still feeling great to use, I would perhaps lean more towards the G502. We previously mentioned the mediocrity of the G402 when it comes to general usage, and suggested that if you were to get it, you may want to consider buying a second mouse for everyday tasks. Of course, you could use the £20 you save on buying the G402 to get yourself a secondary mouse. But I'll be damned if you can find a mouse that's even as half as good as the Logitech G502 Proteus Core for that sort of money. Okay, that's another review. Thanks for checking it out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. You can also check out the full written review at gamingtildisconnected.com. The link's also in the description below. If you like this video, then please click that like button. We're always grateful and it really helps us out. Share this review if you think someone will find it useful. And don't forget to subscribe to us, we've got some fantastic things lined up for you guys. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And follow us on Google+ and Twitter. If you're feeling extra generous and want to help us out, head over to our Patreon page where you can pledge as little or as much as you like, for as long as you like, to help us keep making these videos. Okay guys, that's it from me. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.